Welcome friends to the 2026 Lexus TX. This is the 3-row SUV from Lexus and we do have some new updates, but stay tuned until the end of this video where I will be sharing with you how you can save up to 10% off the MSRP on a 2025 Lexus TX, along with substantial discounts on other makes and models as well. All right, let's get started with the updates. We only get minor changes for 2026. For instance, we now get the Matador Red Mica exterior color as an option for non-F-Sport models. So if you like red, there you go. And regarding the top of the line TX 550h Plus, this is the plug-in hybrid TX, we now get the panoramic glass roof as standard. Also new for 2026, they have added more cup holders for the third row passengers. And keep in mind, what makes the TX special is this 3-row was designed to fit even adults in the third row, and I can attest to that. I am 5'11" and I can fit comfortably in all 3 rows. But that's really it regarding your updates for the 2026 TX models. We do have the official pricing, but I will get to that in a moment. Some other highlights include, I mentioned how this vehicle is just massive and it can fit adults in all 3 rows. Well, the cargo capacity of this is also just as impressive. Even with the third row up, you still have 20.2 cubic feet of cargo capacity in the back. So a really useful vehicle here. You also get the Lexus Safety System 3.0 Plus as standard for all models, and that includes all of your useful safety tech features like your blind spot monitoring, your rear cross traffic alert. You get all of that as standard. If you want things like the 360 camera, that's going to be an option even on the higher trim levels. I'm not a big fan of that. They should make it standard, at least on like the luxury trim levels. Anyway, we do have the official pricing here with destination. A base model TX 350, it's going to start at $57,090 and it's going to top out at $80,960 for the TX 550h Plus Luxury. Now, for the most part, these prices have gone up by $500 compared to the 2025 TX, except for that top of the line 550h Plus. The price on that has gone up by over $2,000 compared to last year. I know they added that standard pano moonroof, but still, that's a bit much for a price increase. Regardless, we have 3 main powertrain choices to choose from and several different trim levels. So regarding powertrains, we have the TX 350, which is powered by the 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. It's got 275 horsepower and 317 pounds-feet of torque. It is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. And the TX 350s, they are available in either front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, depending on the trim level that you go with. And regarding trims for the TX 350, we have the base, then we have the premium and the luxury, and then we have the F-Sport handling. The TX 500h, this is kind of like your performance hybrid, if you will. It's still got that 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, but now we have 2 electric motors, and it's got a total system output of 366 horsepower, and it's mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. All-wheel drive comes as standard on the TX 500h. Surprisingly, I am testing this vehicle right now. I have a 2025 TX 500h to test right now. A full review is going to drop soon. Once again, this model, it serves as your performance hybrid. It's not completely built for fuel economy, although it's not bad. You get 27 city, 28 highway. That is slightly better than the TX 350, which gets 21 city, 27 highway, at least for the front-wheel drive, or 20 city, 26 highway for the all-wheel drive TX 350. Finally, we have the plug-in hybrid TX 550h Plus at the top. This actually utilizes the naturally aspirated 3.5 liter V6 engine. It's still got 2 electric motors, but now it's got an 18.1 kilowatt hour lithium-ion battery pack. This is your most powerful model with a total system output of 404 horsepower. It's actually got the eCVT transmission. All-wheel drive is still standard, but because this is a plug-in hybrid, it can do about 33 miles of pure EV range. Since I just got the TX 500h to test, overall my impressions of it, it is a very quiet vehicle. It is definitely an improvement even to the Toyota Grand Highlander, which this is somewhat based upon. It's riding on the GAK platform, and I absolutely love the Grand Highlander, but this feels just one notch above in driving quality. It's a more premium feeling product. as it should be, right? Effortless power, of course. It's got the double pane glass for the front side windows. Very quiet. It's not an absolute cloud in terms of ride quality. Some of these smaller impacts are being transmitted into the cabin. The TX 500, it weighs about 5,000 pounds for the curb weight, and it's riding on 22-inch wheels. Me personally, I might look into the TX 350 either in the luxury trim or the F-Sport trim. Usually F-Sport Lexus products drive incredible, but keep in mind, all of the F-Sports are pretty much rocking 22-inch wheels. The TX 350 luxury is going to be like the only top-of-the-line TX model that you can get with these smaller 20-inch wheels. Now, I'm not just going to blindly say that all vehicles riding on smaller wheels are going to ride better. There have been some instances where I've noticed with some car manufacturers where if you step up in trim level, even if you do get larger wheels, the vehicle still rides like a cloud. So all over the place regarding ride quality, but typically I have noticed, not just with Lexus, with pretty much every manufacturer, when you step up in trim level, you do get a higher quality driving experience, and that's part of the reason why I would personally stick to either the F-Sport or the luxury trim levels of the TX. Not to mention, if you stick with the TX 350, it does weigh a bit less, about 4,700 pounds for a top-of-the-line TX 350 with all-wheel drive. TX 550, that weighs the most. It's between 5,300 to 5,400 pounds. So once again, I think TX 350, that might offer you the cleanest driving experience, a bit less weight. I've also noticed with my TX 500 that I got to test, the braking performance wasn't stellar. It's okay. Again, I'm not going to blame the vehicle too much. Maybe the previous journalist absolutely just annihilated this vehicle. Once again, maybe a TX 350 can brake a bit better with the slightly lower curb weight. Who knows? But regarding options, just be careful, because even if you do get the top of the line trim levels, Lexus has made things like the 360 camera and the excellent Mark Levinson audio system as an option, even on those higher end trims. So just make sure that those options are ticked if they are what you're seeking for. As standard, these vehicles come with the heated front seats, heated steering wheel even, and all of the useful safety tech features as mentioned before. And you do get the wireless Apple CarPlay and the wireless Android Auto as standard. They've also given us the 14-inch massive infotainment screen as standard across the board, as well with the TX. But if you want additional niceties like the semi-aniline leather seats, you have to go with the luxury models for sure. If you want things like the adaptive variable suspension, you have to go with the F-Sport models. But regardless, I will have the full Lexus press release on the screen for you to check out, along with the official specs. Now, as promised at the beginning of this video, here's how you can save a substantial amount of money on new vehicles. You can reach out to AutoCompanion. He is one of the largest car brokers in the United States. He has partner dealerships in the Washington, D.C. area, and he does offer nationwide shipping, but shipping is something you have to pay extra for, so it would be ideal if you can pick up the vehicle in the DC area. Regardless, on the Lexus TX for the 2025 model year, on most trim levels, he's got 10% off the MSRP. That for sure applies to the TX 350, but on things like the plug-in hybrid models, I don't think so, but you can certainly inquire to see what his discount would be. And same thing applies to the Lexus RX 350, the NX 350, he's got 10% off on those. And if you love sedans, he does have 10% off on the ES 350 as well. So if you want to get that before the redesign, then go right ahead. Now, AutoCompanion doesn't just carry Lexus, he's also got BMW, Audi, Mercedes, Acura, Porsche, etc. And he also has more economy brands as well, like Toyota, Honda, Mazda, Nissan, Hyundai, Kia, etc. These are truly some of the best prices in the United States. But keep in mind, in order to access these deals, you do have to pay AutoCompanion's broker fee. He did say that if you go on his website and you fill out an inquiry form, he did say that he'll take some money off of his broker fee if you mention my channel, which I really appreciate him doing that, because his service has absolutely been a blessing to my audience, because he's not just saving us money off the MSRP, he's also saving us on potential junk fees. You know how some of these dealerships like to play us. They like to tack on their nitrogen fees, their tint fees, etc. You don't have to deal with any of those shenanigans or any of the dealership pressure or manipulation tactics. You just get the vehicle that you want, you get a great deal, and you bounce. So I will have all of AutoCompanion's information in the description box below. If you found value with this content, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you again for watching. Take care and goodbye.